What's up, everybody? This is Nate with Fresh Coat Marketing, and in this video, we're going to go over 5 strategies for Google Ads for painting companies. We spend roughly about $50,000 a month right now on Google Ads on most of these campaigns, and we use these strategies day in and day out to get results for our clients. Let's get into it. Search campaigns, and search campaigns. So I don't know how many times I've gone into account or clients are, trying to strategize and they get all shiny on drip syndrome with all the new stuff that Google's coming out. Yes, we want to test that stuff. Yes, we want to be in the cutting edge of things, but search campaigns is where 90% of you should be spending and putting the majority of your attention. We do run other types of campaigns. However, you need a proper funnel for that. You need a proper budget for that. And so if you're spending less than $5,000, do not even think about running anything other than search campaigns. You can build out your search campaigns. So you're spending about $5K roughly. And then if you're spending more than $5K roughly, then talk to your agency or talk to the guy or person running your Google ads and say you want to try some other campaign types. There's all kinds of new ones coming out. And you do want to be testing and you want to be generally on the cutting edge of things, but 90% of you that are spending less than $5,000 a month on Google ads, search campaigns, and search campaigns. That's where you get the majority of your return on investment. And then these other ones, the new ones, all the AI stuff that's coming out, yeah, you can test it, but you don't want to put all your eggs in that basket and put like 50-50, let's do this. That's not the way to use Google. Don't try to reinvent the wheel here. Use search campaigns. They have been around forever for a reason. Okay. If you're not getting the return or if you're not getting the cost per lead you want, it's a skill deficiency issue. There are painting companies that are running Google ads profitably. Okay. So again, if you're spending less than 5K, do not do anything other than search campaigns. I don't care what anybody says. Okay. City-based keywords and ad groups. So a lot of the times what you'll see when I go into, or what I see when I go into accounts is that, people have painting company, painting services, painter near me. You might be thinking, Nate, those are exactly what I do. Yes, they are exactly what you do. But I've heard this over and over and over and over from leads that they want to work with a local painting company. So, let's say you're based in one city and someone types in painting company. Great, they're going to get a list of the painting companies. But if someone types in, like, for example, Los Angeles painter, they're looking for a painter like within Los Angeles. And if your ad says, hey, we're a Los Angeles painter, and then your landing page says, hey, we're a Los Angeles painter, instead of just generic, hey, we're a painting company. Hey, we're a painting company. Hey, we're a painting company. The prospect or the lead is going to think, wow, they serve my area. Looks like a reputable company. Awesome. I'm going to get a quote from them. Painting company is just more general. And it just from the data, like literally from a data perspective, painting company, even though it's highly relevant, doesn't convert as high. And that's on the back end and in the cost per lead as well too. So maximize the number of cities that you can, have any search volume for in your target area. So if you have like 10 cities or 15 cities that you service in your area, go ahead and put keywords for each of those ones and put them in their separate ad group. Not only do they convert much higher on the front end, like the cost per lead, and then also on the back end, which is what really, kind of matters there. So don't be afraid to cover your entire service area and even the county as well too, like Los Angeles County. Different people search different ways, and also zip codes as well too. So people type in sometime, their zip code plus painter, right? So you want to be able to show up for those. Again, you're going to tell me, Nate, but I have a painting company. Does that cover that? No. If someone types in zip code painter or Los Angeles painter, depending on your keyword list, depending on your negative keyword list, you might not show up for that. These are crucial keywords. So focus on these first, focus on the zip codes one, on the counties, and then go to these more general ones. Okay. Oh, Lord. Smart campaigns. If you set up a Google Ads account right now, Google is basically forcing you to create a smart campaign first. And it looks all great. They give you some estimates on the side. Hey, we're going to give you, 20 leads for this budget. And, oh, Google says it's going to give me 20 leads for this $20 a month or $20 a day budget. Like, awesome. That's false. That never happens. Never, ever, ever, ever happens. what they're basically doing is dumbing down a regular search campaign, and they're not giving you any basically adjustments or anything. And it might seem like relevant keywords and a low cost per click, but you hardly see any leads or any conversions. And most often those leads are people looking for jobs, or not even like really serious people. So do not use these campaigns. This also goes for PMAX campaigns. These are the new ones that Google's trying to push. If you're an e-commerce company or something that's not like a local business, PMAX does a good job because it takes like a lot of different signals from all these different things, and it helps to convert people. But when you're in a localized area and your target area is already like pretty defined, you don't need to use these PMAX campaigns or these smart campaigns. In fact, they're just going to waste your budget. I don't think I've ever seen one time where a smart campaign actually generates leads at a decent cost and they're actual leads. So just don't do it. Don't run any smart campaigns. Here's another one. So when you start a Google Ads campaign, part of the process is Google, walks you through the campaign setup. And what they don't tell you is that they automatically enable search partners and display partners. So these are networks. And what I mean by networks is basically a website. So I'm sure you've gone to like CNN.com and seen the ad on the side, or another one of the big websites, and you see like ads on the side. Those are the partners. Those are partner networks. So this extend the reach for Google to be able to give you clicks from all these different areas, but they're not from Google search itself, right? That's the reason we're using Google Ads. We want to get traffic from Google search because that's when people are the most, hot. So Google automatically enables these. So go ahead and turn these networks off. It's literally 2 ticks, turn off and turn off. And this will automatically increase the quality of the traffic that you're getting. And it's a little bit counterintuitive because you will see cheap clicks and you'll be like, whoa, hold on, we're getting cheap clicks from this. It's so deceiving because even though they're cheap clicks, they don't turn into anything. I rather have a quality click and pay $10, $15 rather than absolute garbage $1 to $2 click that's never going to convert, never going to come from it. And this is when people just lose their shirt on Google because they spend $1,000 on this cheap traffic and get nothing, when my clients can spend $200 or $300 and get the same amount of leads. So it just doesn't make sense. Save your money for the actual quality traffic, which is coming from Google search itself, not these partner networks. Okay, last but not least, use a negative keyword list. So I think almost every account that I've ever audited, they're using like a super small amount of negative keywords, or they're like over analyzing it and using like tens of thousands of negative keywords, and it's just choking the campaign completely. So the idea behind negative keywords is almost the exact same thing as like the targeting of keywords. So we want to target specific keywords, and then at the same time, we want to submit a negative keyword list to not show our ads on certain keywords. For example, things that are closely related. Someone searching for a painting company, Google might associate them with some of the painting brands out there, like the paint brands. So like Behr, Sherwin-Williams, I don't know, all kinds of other ones on there. Also, people who are doing DIY searches, they may type in how to paint kitchen cabinets, how to, I don't know, there's a whole bunch of different things. Like it's a lot of hows, a lot of whats, a lot of questions. These are people that are either DIY, they want to do it themselves, they have questions on how painting works. Which primer should I use for my interior walls? Which you might be like, oh, this person's thinking about painting, like I want to put my ad in front of them. They're either DIY or they're so far in the beginning of their process that it's not worth it to advertise to these people. So a lot of what our negative keyword list does is just get rid of all the DIY type searches, and colors is another big one. People are obsessed with the colors that they're going to choose for their house, rightly so. But they'll search best painting colors in 2025, best colors for cabinet painting. And Google, because it's not perfect, thinks those are, kind of really hot searches. And they might be, but 6 months down the road or a year down the road, and that's not what we use Google Ads for. That's Facebook. So with Google, just don't do it. Just don't run ads without a negative keyword list. And I know it's a little bit hard to understand like which keywords should be targeted, which keywords should not be targeted. And a lot of this just comes with experience, just to be honest. And, you know, you have to just run campaigns and, you know, use a bunch of money in the beginning to understand which keywords you want to include and which ones you don't. So we're going to save you some time here. Got a little bonus for you after here, but we'll get into that a little bit later. Basically, to sum this part up, though, do not use a Google Ads campaign or don't run a Google Ads campaign without a negative keyword list. If you're running this by yourself, pause it, go check that you have your negative keyword list in there. If you have someone running this for them, just give them a quick check. Hey, person, are you running? Just wanted to make sure we're using negative keyword lists on here. This is like standard best practice, but you'd be surprised how many people are not doing this. All right. So to conclude this video, please use these 5 strategies so you can run better Google Ads campaigns. Promise, if you use all 5 of these, you'll get better results. And if you have any question, go ahead, leave a comment in the video here, and I promise I'll get back to every single one of you if you have any questions. And as a special bonus, I know I would have killed for this in the very beginning. If you comment list on this video, I'll send you over our negative keyword list. Okay. The caveat is that you can't be sending this to other people. Don't be posting this on Reddit. Don't give it to everyone that you know. Use this for yourself. If you're using it for yourself or your clients, great. I have no problem with that. Just don't spread this everywhere on the internet, because I have painstakingly created this keyword list. Our clients and from our spend as well too. So this will save you thousands, but my only caveat with this is that do not send it to everyone you know. Keep this for yourself or keep this for your clients. All right, guys. Well, that's it from me. If you guys have any questions, again, leave a comment. I'll get back to every single one of you. And if you guys want that list, comment list, and I'll get back to you with that list. All right, guys. This is Nate signing off here until the next video. See you guys.